Hi, this is MarqueeCReW, and I would like to give you a few speed tips about how you can go through large volumes of data via geography rather than text. What I have here is a U.S. set of demographics for the state of Michigan, and there, as we can see, are roughly 8.7 million records, 12 gigs of data, and what we're looking for is one specific zip code of data. So the postal code here is 49033, and I'm looking to get roughly 1,800 records out of that 8.7 gig of data. Now, this would work with multiple zip codes. It will work with counties or other geographic areas, but I chose zip code for a specific purpose. In going for 1,800 records out of this, when you set the filter to say, I want 49033, we can see that it finishes running in 5 minutes. I'm not going to take 5 minutes to do this, but I am going to show you how you can save 5 minutes of your time. If you use the AMP engine, you can run this workflow in just a matter of seconds. The same workflow, the same data. In doing this, all you're doing is changing this runtime setting to use AMP engine. This second approach is something that you may already be doing in the use of a spatial match tool. In the spatial match, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in a polygon. Now, if you have a trade area, you're probably doing something like this already, and you've probably been told whatever polygon you're using, bring it into the universe. I'm not trying to make you unlearn that, but what I am trying to do is let you see a way to use the tool in a faster method for pulling out these records within the polygon. So I'm using an allocate tool that's set to find zip codes, and it's going to pull out one specific zip code, the 49033 example. I'm going to bring that into the spatial match as a target, and the spatial object is then that spatial object of the zip code. And what I'm going to do is use records from a file or database and point that to the yxdb file. When I point it to the yxdb file, I'm going to be using the one spatial object that's contained in it for the spatial object field. I'm not going to use an anchor for this exercise. I'm not going to bring in an input tool to read in gigs worth of data. Instead, I'm going to say use records from file or database, point it to the yxdb file, and then I'm going to use the spatial object, which is already indexed in the yxdb file. I've set this to where the target, this polygon, contains the universe and running. This will take less than 2 seconds to run. 1.4 seconds and you've found your records. I hope that this trick is something that you can incorporate into your workflows. If you can, you'll save minutes, tens of minutes, hours with this approach. Cheers.